Hey girl, welcome back to the channel. I was just coming on here. I'm sure you probably have seen it, but girl, I just want to talk to you about Housewives of Atlanta. Did you see it Sunday? Now this episode, it was good to me because I think it's Thursday and people still talking about it, amongst other things. I mean, ergo the Diddy trial. So yes. But just wanted to come on here, give you my recap of what I saw and my opinion on what I saw on the show. So here we go. Let's get it jumping off. So first, I think it was Angela. I'm gonna just go by the people, okay? Because I got some notes, but I don't know if they're gonna get read today. But anyway, um, so yeah, Angela and Charles, they're at home. Or no, are they at home? They on the rooftop. Yeah, so they went to this restaurant on the rooftop and they were out and about on it's a nice little time or whatever. And Angela was like, oh, it's a nice ambiance out here or whatever. She feeling herself. She feeling her man there. So I think she asked him for a kiss. And he was like, for what? Now, if Angela if he asked Angela for things and she say for what, don't get mad, player. Okay? But anyway, so she talks about her family. She's talking about, the drama that's going on with her family. She's not talking to her sister because of what her sister said to her daughter and the little argument that they got into. And so Charles is kind of like, she's seeking Charles's support. And he's like, you just got to like cut people off or whatever. And, she like, but that's hard because that's my family. That's my mother. That's my sister. And I do understand what she's saying, especially when it comes to your parent and then your sister. And then her mom has some issues, and I think her sister does too. So I do understand that, especially if maybe she the responsible one. Maybe she feel like she the responsible one. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so they talk about that. I um I don't think it's just me, but I'm gonna just say it's me. But did you see the way Charles be treating Angela? I really don't like that. I mean, I wish that people would see themselves, or I wish they would get the same treatment that they give to others that they claim that they're supposed to love. And then maybe they'll be able to see what the other person is talking about. But sometimes you got to do them on them in order for them to understand what you're doing and what they've been doing, basically, is what it is. So, with people like that, I would just get them what they give me with Charles or whatever. But Angela is not that person. She is way mature, more mature than me in spirit and mind. So, yeah, so I just be like, Angela, don't show your husband on TV, girl. Because that joker, he just ain't right. Yeah, don't be minding my wig stand, y'all. Because she just going to be here. She live here, okay? And I done messed her up the other day. But anyway, it's some more of them here. But that's my girl. Anyway, so, yeah, Angela, I would just tell you, don't have Charles on here embarrassing you. Because the joke would be embarrassing her. Anyway, let's stay with Angela. Angela's mom comes to visit. Now they're at the house. And let me just give a shout out in the beginning or whatever. We find out after the show, I think I found out on Monday that Angela's mom had passed. And I just really think that Bravo was wrong for not even giving like some sentiments at the end of the episode. I ain't see it and I was watching it live. So I was like, why didn't they shot out everybody else, dog, cat, and mama and sister and brother. They couldn't shout out Angela's mother and Angela's family and give condolences. But Bravo do some stuff right out in the open, and we need to call their tails out about that. But anyway, so yeah, I hope that everything went well with Angela's mom and sister and everything, and her husband before her mom left here. I pray that her mother left here empty. I saw the girls from the show. They gave some really nice condolences to Angela. And Angela, my heart goes out to you, girl. I have not lost my mother, but I lost my dad. And I just hear it ain't nothing like losing your mother. So my prayers are with you and your family. Um, yeah, so let's move on to Britt. So Britt and Mike are at the house, and Britt is talking about different outfits that she wants to come and show Mike what she's gonna be wearing. A couple of outfits, and I just want Mike to just check them out before we go to the wedding, my friend's wedding. Anyway, she's going to her good friend's wedding. I said she was taking pictures for the gram, but ain't no telling, or her OnlyFans or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, she was there talking to Mike and doing that, and I think she gave him a recap of what happened at Porsha's event, and she was saying some stuff about Angela. Uh, excuse me, I done ate some popcorn, and that's just in my throat, child. But anyway, so I think she said something about Angela. Britt is so delusional. I swear that girl wrote that song for Britt and Porsha. But anyway, and maybe herself too. I mean, we all be delusional about some things. I'll be the first one to say that too. So anyway, so Britt is telling her husband about stuff, but she always is making herself like she the innocent one. But anyway, I can't stand Britt with her stanky self. Anyway, so let's go to Shamea and Cynthia meet up to talk about the night before, and Shamea immediately starts to cry and says that she hasn't slept and she's upset about her friendship with Porsha, and she says something about she would never speak to Angela about her relationship with Porsha. Porsha's her best friend, and she don't understand why Porsha would be talking to these chicks about their friendship and not talking to her. Girl. Anyway, so yeah, Shamea is playing victim. I'm gonna always come back and talk about these people that throw out these words. Like they said Angela was playing victim. Drew is a liar. That's across the board. Those are across the board. But anyway, I digress. But Shamia is talking about, just I mean, she's just so upset about their friendship and how Portia don't come to her and tell her stuff, and how she basically has been here for Portia and not wanting to rain on her parade. But anyway, so then Portia, Cynthia, and Angela, they go bowling. They meet up at the bowling alley. And all I can think about is while I'm there is that these heifers know they can't bowl. That's probably number two. But number one or two, Cynthia be all up in Portia ass like she want to eat that like groceries. And I'll be like, girl, now mind you, it don't make it no better that the camera people be showing Portia ass just jiggling like bongos or whatever. And it is funny. But I just be like, damn, Cynthia. But I'm a person that if it's there and it's sticking out, I'm going to say something too. I don't know. It's not even like I want they ass. It's like, well, damn, it's there. It's a big elephant in the room. That's like if somebody titties is all out or whatever. And if they sitting up good, I'm giving props. And I even tell my man, do you see that? Do you see her? They will tell you that I do that. Anyway, but yeah, so the girls they at the bowling alley and they having fun, and I like this scene because I like bowling. And these heifers cannot bowl. Angela wants to put up the little kitty training wheels on the aisle, which Porsha is like, no, let's just bowl. Which yeah, let's just bowl. So they bowl, and then they sit down and talk about the same thing that they've been talking about, Porsha's friendship with Shamea. So they get to talk with her. I'm sorry. And then they discuss the. Oh, I know another thing. They were discussing how Pilar, is it Pilar? Yeah, PJ or some whatever her name is. She was she I always thought that Porsha was gonna name her daughter Porsha for some reason. You know, it's a down south thing. But anyway, it used to be way back in the day. But anyway, um, well, Serena did it. Um, for her daughter and dad, or her daughter and man. Anyway, it was something else I wanted to say. Um, I don't like how Porsha be throwing shade at Angela. Now, Angela is whatever 5'9" or whatever. Well, Porsha don't look like she number 5'10" herself. I don't understand what the issue is about a woman being tall. She she's definitely feminine, and I just don't understand it. And I'm like, bitch, you big as Angela, or bigger, because of all the surgeries you had in accentuating the non-ass that you had and titties, and then I heard she getting them done now, her boobs at least. But yeah, so they talk about Simon and all this other stuff, and this is what I'm talking about. Like Porsha sit up and act like she a victim, and she's so upset that Simon ain't talking to Pilar. Girl, call Fallon and ask Fallon how he did her and her kids. I'm like, girl, what do you think? That is not his baby. You should be concerned with PJ and her dad, her real dad, her father. Be happy about that he get to see her all the time or whatever. I don't understand that you so worried about this scamming person or whatever. I don't understand what you worried about, child. It don't make no sense. Anyway, so let's see here. But that's Porsha and her silly self. So, oh, another funny moment was Kelly. Was Kelly going with her daughter, supposedly trying to teach her daughter how to drive? Girl, I do not envy Kelly. I have been there and done that with my own child, and girl, it is rough. Now, me and mine would be arguing, but he knew how to drive though. Thank you, Jesus. Come to find out that the Negro had been driving all along on the sneak tip. Just not my vehicle, but praise God that, you have praying grandmothers and praying mamas, because these children be out here doing all kind of mess. But anyway, Kelly and her daughter, Kelly need a drink. She need a Valium. She probably needs some edibles or smoke some weed to calm down while she driving her daughter around. Her daughter talks about getting a BMW. And Kelly like, girl, that ain't in the budget right now, child. Mama ain't rolling like that with all this other mess going on. And you gonna have to, if I get that BMW, you gonna have to pay for it. Which means I'm gonna still pay for it. Because Kelly is telling her, I want you to start working at the new restaurant and helping me. She said something about helping me pick the people to hire or whatever. I know Kelly is not relying totally on her teenage daughter to pick the people, but I do like the fact that she includes her daughter in stuff and she values her daughter's opinion, because that will give her daughter I think it's validity to always speak up and say something. I don't know if validity is the right word, but you understand what I'm saying. But I like that she lets her talk and she listens to her. Now she may not do everything that her daughter say, but I do appreciate that and seeing that from her. Lord, here we go. So let's get down to almost to the nitty gritty with Drew and her mom. I think we see the first scene. Drew is in there in a car or in a truck or whatever, and she's on the phone talking to her mom and everything like that. Her mama knows how to do FaceTime and all that good stuff. Praise the Lord. And but she got too many devices. Okay. And I thought that was funny because we always have, I mean, as kids, we're growing up and we're at the stage where we have to parent the parents. But anyway, you don't want me to talk about that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to find my little slippers. But yeah, so Drew is talking about parenting her mom, which she really don't have to, but she's telling her mom, pouring her heart out to her mom about the divorce and what's going on with Ralph, and Ralph trying to get her attorney recused, and how the Joker locked her out the house the other night. And the way I heard it, and let me see if I got it right. The way I heard it was she came home at like 1 something in the morning, punched in her code, the code ain't working. Ralph's not in the house, he's somewhere else. He changed the code, so she's standing outside trying to get in the house. She leaves. She says she had to go get a hotel room, and then I guess she saw on her app or whatever, Ring app, security app, whatever it is, that he comes home, and then after she leaves, I guess he comes home, goes in through the basement, goes up to the part of the house that he is not supposed to be at, and then goes to the front door and then lets her in. So did he let her in or did he let her in the next morning? I don't know. I was confused about that. But either way, about the semantics of when he let her in or whatever, the whole point is that the joke is trifling, and I'm being nice. Who does that to their wife? You staying in the same house. So if you don't want to stay there, Ralph, or if you don't want them to stay there, you should have said something to the judge. Since you claiming that that's your property and that's where you reside, well, make way for your children and your wife to reside elsewhere, Joker, since you're such a provider, but you ain't got no money because you claiming all her stuff. But anyway, so it was just terrible. So then I'm sticking with the people. I'm not going by scene, if you didn't know. But so then Drew's mom flies down there with everything that she dealing with, I guess, or whatever, because I think her dad died last year or the year before or something like that. Let me tell y'all something. I was saying to myself, well, didn't Drew dad just die like 2 years ago or whatever? I don't know, or the mama husband or whatever. I don't know if it's Drew dad. I can't remember. But girl, I'm sitting up here watching Beyonce. But anyway, girl, be too much talking when you ain't got no co-host here talking. You need to talk back a little bit. Get down in the comments and say something to a girl so I can stay hydrated. But anyway, so yeah, so Drew was saying, all this mess with Ralph. Ralph is a trifling a Negro. And did y'all see the interview Drew did with Carlos? Okay, I'm gonna talk about that later. But anyway, so I just don't understand this whole thing with Drew and Ralph's divorce. Why is Ralph claiming or wanting part of her LLC? And she's had the LLC since 2004, 5, or 6. They got married almost 10 years ago. That was before y'all got married, boo. And should she be getting 40 or 50 or 60% of your assets? I'm just saying. And you ain't even let the court see your assets. What type of judge is not holding both parties accountable? If the criteria is to cough up your assets, well, Your Honor, why you not making the people cough up their assets? I don't understand that. So anyway, I pray to God that Drew gets this divorce as quickly as possible, because just seeing all of this stuff on TV, on the internet, it just saddens my heart. And then to see how the women treat Drew, and how they, like, Drew is going through a divorce, Porsha's going through a divorce. I think Kelly is going through a divorce. Oh, Kelly and Shamea do talk about her going through the divorce. I think it was Kelly and Shamea. But I'm like, how are all y'all heifers going through a divorce? Y'all do not know how to bond together, come together and talk. And one thing is, I don't really trust Kelly, because that chick's so damn shady. It don't make no sense. Yeah, I'm trying not to cuss, but it's hard because these people done made me mad. So I'm like, Kelly talks about she's so hurt and so this, that, and the other, from her divorce or getting a divorce. But you said that you came in the show talking about your man cheated on you. So you want to check Porsha, and then you want to throw up in Angela's face how, what about that baby though? Girl, Angela should have kicked you right in them ugly ass lips. But anyway, um them duck lips. But and then you talk about Drew. Bitch, nobody's gonna have sympathy for you. And then Shamea been married and divorced. We ain't even know Shamea. I don't know, because I ain't follow Shamea like that. She the friend of the show. She ain't like Tanya. Now, I love me some Tanya with her crazy tail. But, like, I didn't know a lot about Shamea. So when I heard about Shamea getting divorced and she was in this tumultuous relationship, I was like, oh, that's terrible. But none of these women are trying to rally around Drew. Yeah, I'm going right back to Drew. Except for Angela. And then, like, when I watched the after show, like, I hate that Kenya is not on here, because Kenya was her person on the show. And I like that Kenya was basically, Kenya will hold Drew accountable, but she was always there for Drew as well from the scenes that we saw. Bravo. Um, and even Angela, they do the same. And Cynthia definitely is holding her accountable, but she ain't really being there for her, if you ask. Well, she is on the after shows, I think. But when I watch the regular show, she's more there for Porsha, to me. Now, and maybe that's because I've seen Cynthia correct Kenya, and I've seen Cynthia correct Drew. But I don't see Cynthia correcting Porsha at all. Girl. So, Cynthia, if you're gonna correct these chicks and be the peacemaker, call a thing a thing. You know good and doggone well, if a chick, you don't want a chick working with your baby daddy or your ex-husband, then why would it be okay for a heifer to say that she gonna F somebody husband? And you don't say nothing to your friends Cynthia and Shamea. Girl, please, y'all fake asses. Anyway, now we getting down to the silverware of it all. So Porsha and Shamea meet up at the restaurant with all of this hoopla and everybody talking and all this other mess, and them not talking. They finally meet up at the restaurant to have a talk and everything, I guess. But girl, so who was there? I think Porsha was there already, and then Shamea comes in with her hot pants on. And girl, I said, are you going to perform somewhere today? I think that was one of the better outfits that Shamea had on that I've seen this week, this season. Shamea cannot dress to me. But I did like that top though. I ain't really care for them pants, but I would probably wear them with my man or whatever. But I don't know. People just these people dangerous. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, and Porsha's outfit was cute. She was busting out of her outfit too. Y'all need y'all to get some of y'all size. But anyway, they both look cute. Um, let's see. So this whole little table, it was like pushing and pulling. They own mental tussling that they were doing at the table. It was just funny to me, cause honey, me and my people were talking, and we was talking about when Porsha did that long sigh, and Shamea was like, "Oh, am I boring you?" We all was saying, "Yeah, if we would have been done right then and there," but my sister was telling me, like, my big sister was saying, like, well, Shamea was coming. She came in hot. She came in ready on 10. So I was like, did somebody put a battery in Shamea back or whatever? Because Shamea always bowing down. But anyway, she came in hot this time. And so she was just checking Porsha. And they started out trying to be like, well, how you doing? So how you doing? Porsha was being reluctant or whatever. And Shamea was like, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, your mom, they're doing good. How's your dad? That type of thing. Because Shamea can't even contain herself because she ready to get to the business. So they get to it because she can't keep it. And then they're talking about Shamea's talking about Porsha not being there for her and different things like that. And I think Porsha says something about I thought we talked about this, but then she was like, yeah, but something else then came up, and something else. I think Porsha said, I thought we talked about this, and Shamea was saying, well, yeah, we did, but something else done came up, and it done. The thing is that if that's your person and they hurt you, they just hurt you. It don't matter. It don't matter. And I feel for Shamea because to Shamea, Porsha is her person. And Porsha don't even know that. Or if she does know that, she don't care and don't want to be that for Shamea. But she has allowed Shamea to put her in that position. And Porsha knows, I think Porsha knows that. And so Shamea is just realizing that she is not Porsha's person. And I think that's why she is so hurt. And I think Shamea thinks about all of the things that she has done for Porsha, and she has internalized that. And like, yes, you did that. I did that out of the kindness of my heart. And I wanted that. I wanted her. She was expected to be here. Now, I've had my own issues with my best friend. And I know I'm telling my business. But I know it was one thing that I've done to my best friend. You know, that has hurt my best friend. My best friend has done stuff to me that has hurt me. And you have to forgive, or you have to see what it is and can you move on from there. And you do need to address it. I have a thing that it was one thing one of my friends did to me. I ain't never addressed it with them. And I have had to just forgive. And it is, if you look at it, it would be minute. But it's like when you're supposed to be there, I expect you to be there. And I needed you to be there. Things went on and still everything was lovely, all of that. But it still hurt because if you were supposed to be there, you were supposed to be there. If it's a wedding, if it's a funeral, a birth, a baby shower, a bridal shower, and you're that person's person, they gonna hold it. And that's what Shamea doing. So, yeah, Shamea holding that. You ain't go to her wedding. And then you didn't come to the baby's baby shower. And that's hurtful to her. So you need to own that. And then if y'all had issue, or like you said, y'all was having issue then, and you didn't tell Shamea that, then y'all should have talked about that. And evidently y'all still haven't talked about that part. I don't think. But or either it was a lie what was told, and that's why the feelings are still whatever. But yeah, it's bad when you have it like that. But I think that Portia is at fault, and I also think that Shamea is at fault in this situation. And so we're gonna see they they kind of talked or whatever. Portia had to walk out and cry or fake cry, and Shamea sat there waiting. Then Portia came out and she was ready to go, and she told the people that we're gonna box up our food and go. And I was like, girl, that food looking too good and fresh for y'all to be boxing up that food. Girl, I'm gonna sit here and eat these wings. But anyway, that was just my thought. But they ended up boxing the stuff up and getting ready to go. And so, Portia was like, before that, she was telling us she don't want to divorce her friend. She don't want to what did she say? She don't want to what was it? She don't want to divorce her or separate or break up. That was the word, break up. And so and I think that was the first time I heard Portia say that she was her best friend or something like that. So I was like, And I said, no, she's trying to butter Shamea up, but okay. But yeah, they not friends like that. They good time friends. And then we see that I was gonna come back, but we see that they have some things that have happened on the blogs, and that's really really telling about their friendship. It's some things that came out about Portia and Shamea mama, and then things that have come out about Portia and Shamea behind the scenes as well. So yeah, y'all stick around, and we gotta wait till the next episodes because Portia and Shamea, they kiss and make up. Not kiss and make up, but continuation. They hug it out a little bit, and then they say we gonna keep moving forward and da 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 this, and we try to keep this as us, as friends or whatever, or in between us. But child, they so fake to me. Anyway, but I like the episode. It makes you think about a lot of things dealing with people and your friends, and having being passive aggressive, and being aggressive and playing in people's face and stuff like that, and not speaking your mind to your friend when you need to, or even yeah, when you need to. Basically, you may not need to say it right then and there or in that way, but you do have to speak up for yourself regardless of who you with. But make sure you do that all around with your man, your children, your mom and them, your friends, and at work. You have to speak up for yourself, and you have to let it be known what your boundaries are, and you have to let it be known who they dealing with. And sometimes you have to reintroduce yourself, girl. So, this was the episode, I think it was episode 11 of the Housewives of Atlanta. It was really good, girl. Let me know what you think, girl. Do you think that Shamea and Portia gonna get back together? Do you think that Cynthia be playing sides? That's what I want to know. And what y'all think about Kelly? Is Kelly fake and loud to you? She like a valley girl to me. But yeah, what do y'all think about her? And do y'all think that Britt and her husband really sleep in the nude? That's nasty. All right, girl. Just the image of it makes me think of. But anyway, and do y'all think that Charles really love Angela, or is he just with her? Are they friends? Or are they friends and lovers? Oh, that's bad. I mean, I just want to know what y'all think. But holla back at me, girl. We'll stay tuned to the next episode. I'm gonna try to come back and talk about Portia and what we found out on the blogs about her and Shamea, and then they mama them, girl. Okay, because it's always start with the mamas. But all right, I will holla at you soon. Peace, love, and hair grease. Bye bye.